everyone, how's it going? My name is Hunter Radcliffe. I am a senior in high school, almost 18 years old, and I'm currently living in the Portland, Oregon area. I am from Seattle, Washington, and I basically just am bringing this podcast channel to you guys for something different. I wanted to try something new, and I got into podcasting a little while ago, and I figured, hey, why not try and start up something myself? And it didn't really take me very long to figure out a topic that I wanted to start podcasting about, and that's hockey. I'm really passionate for ice hockey, and that's why I basically started this podcasting channel, and it's basically to inform my viewers of current things happening in the National Hockey League as well as the Western Hockey League. Those are the two leagues that I'm going to be trying to cover throughout my podcasting career. I currently follow the Arizona Coyotes. I actively follow the Arizona Coyotes of the National Hockey League as well as the Seattle Thunderbirds of the Western Hockey League. So those are the two teams that I'm going to be trying to bring the most, or I'm going to be talking about the most and have the most interest in. But at the same time, I am going to be trying to cover league-wide stats and everything like that. Now, I'm going to save all the background info and for things about me and introducing myself and stuff like that for my next video, which is going to be the whole podcast that's basically about me, where I'm from, kind of like my life story, how I got into hockey and everything like that. But this video is directly directed towards the Seattle Thunderbirds, and last night they played the Spokane Chiefs and they actually beat them 4-1. Is your final in Kent at the ShoWare Center, and they actually clinched the U.S. Division title. So that's what this video is going to be all about. I'm going to be bringing you some highlights from Tom Boyning himself, the T-Birds announcer, and I do hope you guys enjoy this video. So to give you guys the rundown, just a quick rundown of the scoring last night that took place at ShoWare Center. Seattle opened up the scoring to make it 1-0 just 5 minutes and 11 seconds into the first period. Scotty Enzer got that goal for us, and he was assisted by Donovan Niles and Nolan Volkin, and that would be the only goal of the period. In the second period, Seattle once again got a goal and scored to make it 2-0, and that would be Jared Hoff getting that goal, assisted by Scotty Enzer and Donovan Niles. And then Seattle would make it 3-0 a little bit later in that period at 17:22 of the second period. Barzell would get credit for that goal, and then there would be no remaining scoring throughout the period. In the third period, Seattle ended up making it 4-0 with Turner Ottenbright scoring, assisted by Smith and Enzer at 6:40 of the third period. And that would be all the goals for Seattle. And then Spokane's Sozanski was able to score at 12:59 of the third period to give the Spokane Chiefs a little bit of life there. And he was assisted by Elinuak, a little bit hard to pronounce, and Hamaliuak, a little bit hard to pronounce as well. Some interesting names over there for the Spokane Chiefs. And after that, Spokane was not able to score any more goals, with the ending score of the game being 4-1 in favor of your Seattle Thunderbirds. Now what I'd like to do is go ahead and roll the highlight reel that I have of Tom Boyning, the T-Birds play-by-play announcer, of him calling the ending about 20 or 15 seconds of the game. It's just the last couple seconds of the game to hear what went down at ShoWare Center live last night. So let's go ahead and roll that clip right now.
To go as Spokane will clear to center ice. Hoff will play to Smith. Smith holds it. Now he'll just dump it in. 8 seconds to go. Toporowski looks up at the clock. Skates it behind his own net. Fired up the right side towards the Austere. That'll do it. The T-Birds are the 2015-2016 U.S. Division banner winners. They have secured the top spot in the division. They have kept Spokane from clinching a playoff spot. They've won 11 in a row. They've won 10 straight on home ice. They've secured their 28th home win in their 35th home game. They picked up win number 43 on the season. And they've won 15 of their last 16 contests.
So there's Tom Boyning giving you the play-by-play on the ending 15 seconds or so of the game from last night. And he was pretty stoked, so was I. I was listening live, of course. Now actually living in Portland, you'd think I might follow the Portland Winterhawks, but that's not the case at all. I've been a diehard Seattle Thunderbirds fan for about 5 years now, and still strong with them and always will be. Portland sucks, right, T-Birds fans? Anyways, now what I'm going to do is just want to kind of talk about Landon Bowe, our goaltender. Logan Flodell is our backup right now. Logan Flodell. And Bowe is actually our starting goaltender. He's just been on fire. I mean, lots of people are saying that he's basically just like a brick wall. Nothing can pass him. He's only usually lets in 1 or 2 goals. He gets a shutout. I want to say 3 or 4 shutouts in the last, 20 games or so. I know he hasn't he hasn't been with the T-Birds for too long. He was picked up at the trade deadline from the Swift Current Broncos, I believe, but he's just been so good. Flodell has also been really good. He's been on top of it when he needs to play, but now that Bowe has come in, Flodell is usually the one on the bench, whereas before Flodell would usually be our starting goaltender. But yeah, he's just been on fire, and I can't believe it. I think the T-Birds are going to be really, really successful in the playoffs this year. I know the past couple of years they've usually made it into the playoffs. They go through the first round, and they end up losing that first round. I know in 2012, I believe it was Kelowna. That was an absolutely insane matchup where it came down to the very last game in overtime, and Seattle actually scored in the third period to make it go to overtime with only 7 seconds left. That was incredible. And then they ended up losing that game in overtime to the Kelowna Rockets, and they went on to continue their playoff games. I'm hoping this year that they can make it farther. I feel like they definitely can. They have a super strong group of guys this year, and I know that the set playoff dates are coming up in just a couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks, about a week and a half. Friday, March 25th at 7:35, we're going to be playing our first playoff game, which the opponent is still yet to be determined. And then the second game is going to be the next night, which will be Saturday, March 26th at 7:05. Both of those games taking place at the Shower Center in Kent. So with that said, that is pretty much going to conclude my very first podcast ever. If you can even call it a podcast, I'm not really sure. Some people consider podcasts to be a lot longer, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe over an hour. This is only like a 7-minute clip or podcast, but you can call it whatever you want. I mean, call it a video, call it a highlight reel, call it a podcast. I don't really care. I'm just going to call it a podcast because in the future, I'm sure they're going to be much longer. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not only focused on the Western Hockey League and the T-Birds. I'm going to be trying to bring in a lot of other things. I'm going to be definitely focused on the NHL as well, following the Coyotes. I'm not sure what I should really be podcasting about. I need to hear what you guys really want to hear from me, my viewers. Would you like to hear, highlight reels from games that are played? I'd love to bring highlight reels throughout the playoffs in the Western Hockey League as well as the NHL. Another thing that I considered is basically let's just sit down and just talk hockey. That's what kind of motivated me to start this podcast. Is I just enjoy talking about hockey. I'm really passionate for the sport. I actively follow it every single day. And basically I just created this channel so I can sit down and talk about hockey, talk about things I'm thinking about involving hockey, and more importantly, communicate with my fans and viewers and get their ideas and opinions in on things as well that I can bring into the podcast. So don't be shy to comment down below. Let me know your opinions. Let me know what you'd like to see, what I should be talking about on this show. And who knows, maybe someday you'll end up on the show with me. I'm always looking for people to interview. Hopefully in the future, this channel will grow into the hockey community and a lot of people follow me. I think that'd be really cool and something to look forward to. So anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy that podcast. I'm going to just keep on calling it a podcast. Like I said, let me know what you want to see down below in the comments. I hope to actually be uploading to iTunes in the future for podcasts on the go. Right now, I'm just going to stick with YouTube, and we're going to start with that and see where it takes me. I got to figure out how to get all the software and everything to get everything uploaded to iTunes itself and see if I can make that happen. But anyways, guys, the next podcast up is going to be the About Me, kind of my life story, what's going on, and why I started. Now, it seems like that'd be my first video, of course, but since the T-Birds did win that U.S. Division title last night, I really wanted to get this video up so the T-Birds fans here could get a sense on what's going on and just listen to someone talk T-Birds hockey with them. So anyways, enough jabbering. I'll catch you guys in the next podcast. Peace out.